Hi, guys. Good morning. So I wanted to come on and talk about a few stories that are out here. Um, I really didn't watch the BET Awards, so I really can't speak a lot to any of it. And posting, of their experience. But I didn't watch it. I don't watch award shows. I already kind of said that. Um, so it's just not something that I'm going to really get into in that way. But to my understanding, there was definitely some things going on there that I kind of want to touch on. And really, I'm just touching on these situations, not really the BET Awards. But anyway, well, one story I definitely will be talking about something that happened at the BET Awards. But yeah, Pete Rock, I guess he was watching and he was saying that Puffy referred to himself as Chocolate Boy Wonder. Now y'all know it's nothing about Puffy or the way he lived his life that give off Chocolate Boy Wonder, right? So let's just keep it trill about that. So I kind of agree with Pete Rock. And, I've said this to many of times myself already. A lot of these people are not creative today. They have no desire to really use creativity or to go and get people with creativity. They just recycle everything that other people are doing and or have done. And so I get what he's saying with that. Um, I think the love too thing. I think the love thing was jacked from Raheem Devine. That's just my opinion because Raheem was calling himself the Love King. He's been calling himself that for a long time. Most of his albums reference love, and obviously he's an R&B singer. He's a pure R&B singer, so he's talking about love in his songs for the most part, in relationships. And so it makes sense that he would call himself the Love King, right? And with so many other people want to call himself the King R&B and all that stuff. And so when he started doing that, it just kind of felt like a bite off of what somebody else was doing. These people don't have originality. Let's just call that what it is. Um, so Pete Rock was saying, I'm going to just read the statement I tried to post in here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. He said, erasure is a real thing. We doing this to each other now. BT at Billboard. We not alike. You know better than this. Knock this off. You are from 77 and Dale Avenue, Mount Vernon, New York. He's talking to Puff. I know everything about you, but I wouldn't call myself Puff Daddy when I'm the real Chocolate Boy Wonder boss. You kind of came out of nowhere, been in Mount Vernon since the first grade, all the way to graduating high school. I came up with the town. My brother, Grab Lover, taught you dance steps in your garage on Dale Avenue. I touch drum machines and make the beats for real. You can't erase what I have done in the music industry. I try to take my name and LOL. Everyone in hip hop, everybody in real hip hop though, because these kids don't really know hip hop like that. They just saying stuff to say it. Everyone in hip hop knows who the Chocolate Boy Wonder is. You brought Biggie to the basement only to diss me later, and not use me on any of his projects. You cut me out of the One More Chance video when Biggie himself invited me. So obviously they have some history. You got to where you wanted to be, and then shifted to. He used the poo poo emoji and a sick emoji. Okay, my gift is from God, the Almighty, Mr. Puffy. Shaking my head. I made those hits for real. There is no comparison, dude. I've been here before you. Don't let me go in on you because it's a lot there. Just knock it off with the chocolate boy want the shit. Okay, man. Oops, excuse me. I'm flattered though, bruh, but you wanted my attention, I guess. Okay, you got it. Now use your own names. You got a few of them. N word. P Diddy Puff Daddy and the brother love stuff. He said the poo poo word. I, I never wanted nothing from you, but stop calling yourself by my name. It's copywritten. You want to be the chocolate boy wonder, you got to pay for it. At Diddy. What are you doing, bro? Shaking my effing head. This is so corny. Wow, I'm minding my business and doing what I got to do for the culture of hip hop music. I'm still here by the grace of God. And he's pretty much saying, like, and, furthermore in his comments, because he was kind of talking to people in the comments, he was saying, what happens is because Pete Rock is from a different era, everybody, like he said, that knows hip hop and the kids that study, because I'm not saying all these kids don't do their homework, but a lot of them don't. A lot of these kids are just following trend. And let's just keep it real. But the ones that do, they know, they've heard Pete Rock say Chocolate Boy Wonder. They know that he has worked with that title out there, and that people called him that. So how you become a Chocolate Boy Wonder, right? And why would you use something that from somebody that you know? And that's what he's saying. You know me personally. This is not you're not from some different generation and thinking you coming up with something new. You know me. You came up behind me, right behind me. So you know who I am. You grew up on me. You know what I do. And that's kind of what he was saying. And he was saying that in the comments that what he's doing is he's taking that and trying to run that to this new generation who don't know any better. And that's kind of why it kind of upsets him, because a lot of these kids are not going to know what he's saying, right? Because y'all probably not familiar with CL Smooth and Pete Rock. And that's what I said, real hip hop, no, they get it, what he's saying. And these kids are probably not. They know, y'all know Puffy because of Revolt. Y'all know Puffy because he keeps himself out here by dating these little girls and doing all the other stuff that he's doing. And so I'm just calling it what it is. Y'all grown, but at the same time, he is old enough to have daughters y'all age. And some of his sons are these girls' age. Like, I believe Quincy and that older son is probably the same age as Young Miami. So that's what I mean when I say that. Like, he's old enough to be these girls that he's dating. He's old enough to be their father, but I'm not saying anything, because if they're of legal age, they can do what they want to do. They grown. But we're going to call that what that is. And it kind of keeps his name out there. However, like I said, I just said that in another video, like, he's not somebody that I need to hear from. Like, at the end of the day, he is in a position to keep, as Suge Knight said many years ago, to keep jumping all up in the videos, keep jumping all up in the camera. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's in demand like that. I understand they gave him a Lifetime Achievement Award last night, and rightfully so. I'm not taking nothing from him. He definitely has made contributions to the culture. I'm not going to say that he didn't. I would never say that I don't think he deserved a Lifetime Achievement Award. That's what I'm trying to say. I believe he deserved that. But you don't need to go and start trying to take everything from all these other artists, that you feel like these kids don't know what you're doing while you're doing stuff like that. And he's also one of those people who I feel like who could speak up against a lot of BS that's going on too. And he's not, he's not, because he's probably benefiting from it. Some of these guys they're probably, and I'm not saying that he is, but some of these guys, they're probably invested in prisons, right? They're probably invested in new prisons that's been built in New York. They want to see these kids get locked up. They don't care. People playing on this black card. They playing on this black card real hard. And I've been saying that. And I'm not just saying that to say it. It's very, very real. It's very real. They probably invested in these prisons. They're probably investing in when these streams go up, when these kids come up dead. They're probably invested in all this stuff. And that's why they're not saying nothing. And I said what I said. Don't care who don't like it. So yeah, I agree with Pete Rock. Like, you're not Chocolate Boy Wonder. Nothing about you says that you care about even being chocolate, right? That you even care about being dark skinned. I can remember Puffy making some off color comments some years ago about dark skinned women as well. And I understand Kim Porter is brown, but she's also she's biracial though. Every multiracial or mixed person is not going to come out light skinned, right? All of these people are not light skinned, but but I can recall him making some. So you all of a sudden now you so connected to being brown. Like, I don't think so. Nothing about you says that. So, yeah, I definitely agree with Pete Rock calling him out about that, and that's why I'm spreading the word. Anyway, moving on. So the next conversation that I wanted to get on to really fast, because I'm not going to stay on here long, was this whole thing about the verses. It's still, people still out here talking about this verses. A lot of the R&B, I'm calling them cats, the R&B dudes. They had a lot to say about the antics and stuff. Now, Q Parker, let me see if I can play some of it because I couldn't get the video up. But he was like, not just Q Parker, Neo, RL, a few people have spoke up about, and Daz Dillinger, who is a rapper, a rapper and a producer. However, he is a producer as well. He he had me tickled because he was like trash. It was trash. It was just trash. I didn't think it was trash. I didn't think it was that bad. But I do think that there was way too much talking going on. I understand verses are probably telling them to keep people engaged, right? And so they kind of do tell them to play around some of it. But, you know, the Isley Brothers, they didn't come to play when they were on there, right? Earth, Wind, and Fire, they didn't come to play. And see, I guess it's a little different now, like I said in the last video, because people are paying for tickets, right? And they now have a paying audience, and plus they have people paying for Triller. And so, now the ball game of this, it's on another level. And so this is when all the Samboing and all the foolala comes in, people doing anything to turn their dollar. And I'm not necessarily saying these guys that were on the verses. I'm talking about the people behind verses. Um, and they're probably telling them to turn up a little bit. And so I think a lot of us, I think we all understand that that's what was going on, but I think it was overboard. I think that they could have brought some of that down a little bit. Like I said, I posted that about the tweets and stuff. People were like, it was just a lot, and it was giving rapper vibe, and they're R&B cats, and we wasn't expecting that on that level. But I understand they saw the Bone Thugs and Harmony thing, and whoever else was talking trash, so they wanted to do it as well. But then a lot of that stuff was coming off personal. It didn't even sound like they were playing. It sounded like they was for real. And then to come to find out that there may really be some real tensions between Omarion and Mario, that's not a good look. And R&B is not known for that. I understand people trying to change the face of R&B and take it out the hands of Black folk, but that's not what R&B is about, right? Because normally people who classify themselves as R&B, regardless of race, they could stand, as Steve Harvey would say, flat-footed and sing. They could sing, and so they didn't need to do all of that stuff. They could just come and do with use their God-given talent and do what they do. And so to see that, it was just a little off-putting. And I understand, like I said, this generation, because they are like the generation behind me, they were a little more influenced by hip hop anyway. And I think that is what Tank is saying. I was going to play him, but I couldn't get the video of Tank. But I wanted to play a little bit of what Q Parker was saying, because I thought it was funny. But he was saying, like, they didn't do the fruit stuff and do all, like I said, I feel like that was probably something to Marion. Maybe he was doing that on tour. I have seen people, do things like that with fruit and stuff. I'm not saying that has never been done, but it wasn't a good look for Versus. like because Verzuz is on the internet, it's on all these streaming services, what is it, whenever a Triller and whenever it's on some streaming services. You're on people's computers. It's not just the people that are sitting there in front of you. And so we don't have the same feel as that crowd. And so I didn't think the watermelon thing was a good idea. And the racial undertones of it, people were saying that as well. I don't get involved in all of that about the watermelon and chicken and stuff. I don't see that way. But some black people, they do get embarrassed by stuff like that. I don't. I'm gonna eat my watermelon and my my watermelon daiquiris and margaritas and everything else that I'm gonna do it. My fruit salad. Y'all got a problem with it. That's your problem. That's something that you got to deal with within yourself. That's internal, right? It's not internal for me. But I do get what he was saying, and like I said, I just didn't think it was a good look for Versus, especially since Mario wasn't doing all that stuff. Mario's just singing. um he was just putting on his show, and if you couldn't match him up with somebody that could do that as well, it just wasn't a good matchup. That was my thing. But some people felt like Omarion wasn't prepared, that he didn't take it serious. I don't know. I didn't, I don't know. I didn't hear Omarion saying that he didn't practice or he wasn't prepared. So I don't know if that's what that was. But yeah, a lot of them have a lot to say, and I think
I don't even really care if you agree or not because I know where I'm coming from.
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys listen to Q Parker.
It's true. Now, to know me, you know I'm all about that R&B shit, right? And I have been on this crusade trying to get guys that are my peers. I've been trying to get them to really reconnect with what we signed up for. And what we signed up for as a male R&B artist is we don't do the foolishness. That R&B shit is never defined as foolishness. It never defines being whack, being out of place, over the top. We just don't do that. Now, I am just so blessed that how I was raised in this game by Kevin Wells, Courtney, Divine, Puffy. Man, they put time and developed us to a T so that when we got our male R&B artist syllabus, they made sure we knew it by memory, front, back, and that before we released any record, that we could do it with our eyes closed. And if you know this, man, 112, Q Parker, you've never seen us act crazy. You've never seen us overdo it. You never seen us. We just really was just pushed into us the importance of being sexy, being smooth, being charismatic, having charm, all of those things. And so last night, man, the generation that's after my generation, so my generation is the 90s. And so all of the guys that were on last night, they will probably be the 2000s era. And a lot of them I know personally, with the exception of Ray J. If we see each other, it's cool, but Sammy, Mario, P, Bobby V.
So yeah, he's pretty much saying they
All of them are like
know
my
better.
little brothers. Than what they displayed yesterday. I some of them came through the same tutelage that we did. Matter of fact, shit, I have mentored a few of them myself, so I know they know better. And so let me get into it because I ain't even gonna be on here long.
But yeah, he goes through the R&B syllabus. You guys go to his I don't know, maybe I can make a I don't know. No, you guys can go to his Instagram page and listen to the whole thing because he kind of goes through the R&B syllabus, and I agree with him. And he's saying that he don't really have a relationship with Ray J, but I remember Ray J when Ray J was little, like when Ray J and Brandy was little kids, like still, he's a little bit younger than Brandy. He was a little boy singing his behind off, so he could sing. I know that Ray J know better too. Like they know better. I get it. That's why I'm saying I feel like it was Versus doing that. It's them telling these people to kind of cut up a little bit, but I think they just went overboard with it. And so yeah, I get what they're saying. Like, let's represent R&B a little bit more, in a more polished way, and like you really know what it's about. Um, I don't know, because Tank then tried to come, and sort of defend them, and I think that he's doing that because he was there. Right, and I feel like he just don't want people to kind of get his name caught up in any of it because he was there. And even Q, somewhere in that video, he says that Tank should have told them, like, bring it down. And I don't know, I felt like Tank was trying to say certain things, but like he said, it wasn't his verses, right? And that would have been the first thing they would have been throwing in his face, that this is not your verses, right? But he tried to defend them and saying, let me let you guys listen to him.
What up, people? Man, listen, I want to chime in on these verses, man. I'm seeing a lot of people talking um, about these guys, man. And a lot of my guys, shout out to Pleasure P and Sammy, Bobby V, Ray J, Mario, Marion, guys for having over 4 hours in average, doing millions of views. It wasn't pretty. No, it wasn't pretty. Not as sexy and pretty as we would have liked it to be, as R&B, as R&B guys and gals. But what did you expect? That's what I thought about. Just in thinking about, like, what did you expect? Like, in terms of trying to compete for space and trying to compete for views and engagement and trying to be seen. In order to tap into that algorithm, it comes with a load of foolishness. Yeah, I mean, it did sound like it was a bunch of rappers on stage. It you know, but you forget that a lot of these guys are from the streets too. You just didn't realize how aggressive they were. You hear the songs and the nice vocals, and you don't realize that these guys are aggressive too. And in a space that houses hip hop and R&B, and they're fighting for engagement and fighting for space, I just want to know what you expected. These guys chose violence. That's their choice. When it's time for you to do verses, you make your choice. If they call you. But these guys, they chose violence. And they can live with that. Was it the right choice? The numbers say it was. The numbers say it was. So, don't be so hard on my guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel a way about anything, like, reach out to those guys. Have you ever reached out to them before? Have you ever checked on them before to check how their careers are going? Check how their families were doing now that they're not, chart-topping artists or selling out the venues they used to sell. Have any of you checked on them or tried to do music with them or any of those things? Because if not, like, come on, guys, relax. Relax. Let these guys live. They had fun. They enjoyed themselves. They are not second guessing it. To each his own. I mean, when I do it, it's gonna be a whole lot different. But I'm different. R&B man.
So yeah, so he's like, it's gonna be different when he. And I would imagine it is because you're not going to have it's not going to probably be a bunch of people up there with you. Number one, to even play off of like that, and I don't know. It wasn't a big deal to me, but I'm not an R&B singer either, so it's really not for. I guess not really for me to say. I do get what the guys are saying though, because to me, the ones that I were familiar with, and most of them I was familiar with. Like I said, I wasn't. I've never heard Omarion live, so I don't know what his story. I don't know anything. Um, like that. And just like I was saying, I'm not that familiar with Sammy either, and I feel like it's just the age difference for me. Um, I'm very familiar with Bobby V's music, and I like Pretty Ricky and some of the songs they put out, and Pleasure Be some of his solo stuff. So I'm more familiar with them. I'm familiar with Ray J. And like I said, I grew up in LA, so I remember them when they were kids before, you know, I just remember them when they were kids before the fame, right? I believe they performed at the Black Family Reunion when that's not even probably out here no more, but it used to be like a festival. It was called the Black Family Reunion, and it was in L.A. They performed, or one of them performed, and I believe Brandy and Ray J have performed as kids on other programming, So I know that Ray J can sing. Um, and to be honest, he really didn't sound that bad. It was a couple of notes in there that he didn't hit. I felt like I said in my video, instead of doing all that talking, since they wanted more time, they could have been singing instead of talking. It was that part for me that wasn't making sense. And then just some of the stuff that some of these people were saying came off nasty. It just came off nasty. And it was just that part. It's not that big of a deal. And I do feel like Versus is really behind their behavior at the end of the day, right? Because they want people to stay engaged. But they was over engaging. It was too much engagement, okay? Let's just call that what it was. Um, and so the next story that I wanted to touch on, going back to the BET Awards, and this is kind of how we're going to end. Like I said, I didn't watch it, so I don't know. But Kirk Franklin was caught or filmed holding a conversation with, I think his name is pronounced Lemuel. I'm not sure, on Lemuel. Plummer, who is the CEO of Zeus Network. And you guys know that Kirk Franklin's son was on that Bad Boys LA. And his name is Carry On. You're either familiar with him or you're not. But his son was on there. And Kirk Franklin's name, to my understanding, came up a lot as well. Um, and obviously, because that's his son, people were going to keep referencing that that's his son. Um, and so I'm going to show you guys a clip. The clip is kind of out there. Let me see if I have the right one. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to play this one. Oh, no, that ain't even a clip. Oh, maybe I don't have it. Well, anyway, this is what Lumel said. You guys can, if you can see the picture, it's actually a video. The green shirt is Kirk Franklin, and he was talking to him, like in the walkway. I guess going to his seat. Um, Now Kirk Franklin was definitely giving uncle vibes. He was giving like, I'm the uncle in this conversation. So he had his hand on his shoulder. He was definitely saying something to him. I don't think he was really saying anything to him. I think he was probably saying, I want to talk to you. I think, and in the other clip, which I didn't put on here, and let me see it. So yeah, I feel like he was probably saying to him, I want to talk to you, right? I didn't feel like he would like they're at the BET Awards. He's not gonna go off into whatever it is that he probably really wants to say. Um because that is his son, and if he's going to continue to work with him, they throwing his name around, right? This man is a man of God. He is in gospel music, and y'all in there fighting, acting ratchet, and you're associating that to his name and to his brand. So I feel like, yeah, he has a right to say whatever it is that he wants to say. In that respect, I don't think he said it to him there. And like I was trying to show you guys in Lemuel's stories, he was saying it's all love. It was nothing like that. But you can see that they were exchanging phone numbers. So he's probably going to say whatever it is that he felt like he need to say at a later time. I was kind of trying to see if Carry On woke up saying anything, but he didn't. He hasn't posted anything. Um, so yeah, I just thought that was interesting that he did not confront him, but he kind of approached him. Um, you know, they are using his name because I've seen some clips where they keep saying Kirk Franklin's son, and you have to understand this man is a brand as well, and you guys are throwing his name around while y'all in here with all this ratchet foolishness. It's not okay for you just to think that it's okay to do that, whether that's his son or not. And no, his son is an adult. He can't control his son, and what the decisions that he make, but he probably can say something about them using his name like that. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. So yeah, the blogs was kind of like, ooh, I wonder what they're talking about. But I don't think that he really got off into whatever it is that he wanted to say. But he definitely was giving Uncle vibes, the way he had him gripped, on that shoulder. Um, so yeah, and the other thing that's coming up on, that came up, excuse me, regarding the BET Awards is that BET decided, I guess, during their what do you call it, memorial mentions, they mentioned Kevin Samuels. And so I see Cynthia G is going to speak on this today. So I'm gonna go see what she has to say. I didn't watch the BET Awards, so I don't know. But it goes back to what I said to me and when I was talking about the Atlanta, about him appearing on Atlanta, and plus he appeared on Future's video. And to my understanding, he was in the works with some other projects as well. Like the black people that are in Hollywood subscribe to that type of foolishness. Let's keep it real. Like they probably loved Kevin Samuels. Okay. Oh, I love it. The division, the foolery, the abuse, the black woman. Like we love it. They love this type of stuff because they're self-loathing just like him. So, but then everybody want to run back to being black when they dead and gone, right? Now y'all want us to care. Now y'all want to pretend like somebody's supposed to be out here, concerning themselves. And a lot of people felt like, and Cynthia's comments was saying that they felt it was disrespectful for them to even mention him because he may have had his foot in the door or getting ready to have his foot in the door. He was not a Hollywood person. The man is known for being on YouTube. Okay, are y'all gonna give that type of tribute to Tasha K? You guys understand what I'm saying? Are they going to give that type of tribute to some of these other YouTubers who have a huge follow? Jackie Aina? Are they going to, Aina, whatever her name is, from the beauty industry? Are they going to give her that type of honor? You see, because there are a few black people who had millions and millions of followers. CJ Cool, millions and millions of followers here on YouTube. But see, if you're not loathing, if you're not disrespecting yourself, disrespecting the black community, disrespecting black America, black Americans, if you're not disrespecting in that way, they don't want to see you. You can't be seen. Because that's not about pushing. If you got to disrespect black women to push diversity as y'all claim y'all pushing, and I could get off into some other foolishness that was going on the blogs yesterday, but I'm kind of debating because I really need to get off of here. And I'm debating right now in my mind if I should even go into that. But it was some other foolishness going on the blogs yesterday as well. But that's not pushing diversity if you got to put yourself down, okay? And I don't know who taught y'all that, but I'm not impressed, and I don't find that to be y'all can't talk about white folks unless they is married to a black person. Y'all can't talk about the Latin community unless they married to a black person, and you try to tell me that's called diversity? Yeah. I like I said, I don't even want to go off into the conversation, but I don't find that's not diversity to me. I have love for everybody just as they are. I don't have to, you don't have to, I don't have to be mixed in when I don't have to be dating, no, to concern myself or be respectful of other people's culture. So I'm very confused how these people feel like they're representing diversity by letting this man, by trying to honor somebody who was hateful and promoting domestic violence towards black women, lying and saying black women don't get harmed in this country. All of the sick stuff that he was pushing, even about children. Men don't need women because they back in the day they had those little boys. Like, who says that? Who says that? And who honors somebody who talks like that? So I don't F with BET anyway. I haven't F with BET since Robert Johnson was around there. So you could, when they start rerunning Baby Boy, when they start rerunning Baby Boy, and what was that other crazy movie with Jamie Foxx? When they start rerunning all of, just the sickest stereotypes that you can find about black folks, I had to stop messing with that. Because that's not all we are, and that's not our story. Okay, so I couldn't mess with BET when they started doing all of that. When they got into all of that, I was gone. I can remember when BET was playing the old. This is how long you know I was down with BET when they were playing the black and white movies. Storming, because I love musicals. Movies the back in the day, the black and whites was like Stormy Weather. I love those movies with the Nicholas brothers, all that stuff. When they used to play those movies back in the day, that's how far back I go with BET. But I don't mess with BET. I'm sorry. I ain't got time for all this clown stuff. And that's all they're doing is clowning the shit out of black people, black people, to make you feel bad about yourself, to make you feel self-loathing about yourself. They're not promoting healthy blackness. Okay. So if you were promoting healthy blackness, you wouldn't have brought that man up. And like I said, if you're not gonna bring all the rest of these YouTubers up, what you bringing him up for? Because I think maybe he got to close to 2 million subs, which it ain't even about the subs; it's about your clicks. And yeah, he was getting the clicks, especially when he was being disrespectful to black folk. But like I said, are they going to honor the Tasha K's and the Lovely T's and the Zoes, the CJ Coos, Nicole? Nicole TV? Are they gonna honor these people if something happened to them as well? Are they even gonna ever let them on BET? You understand? Because they might be too dark to get up on there. Okay. So yeah, stuff like that, I can't do it, but I can only imagine. Well, I don't even know what Cynthia G is going to say, to be honest. I don't know what angle she's going to come with her conversation, but she is supposed to be speaking on that today. She might already be live, I don't know, but I just thought that was funny to see that they even brought him up. Like I said, he was not a celebrity on that and like that. He was a YouTuber. Okay. And if you're not going to bring all these other YouTubers up, then why bring him up? The man is 500,000 YouTubers on here. And these guys from Black Manosphere that he was hanging with, and Red Pill and all the rest of these folk that was following behind him, have already memorialized him and took up collection and took up collections behind him. Okay. Already. So what is BET bringing him up for? Because then you are promoting the division among Black people, because y'all not gonna disrespect me no day of the week. That's why I don't F with you. That's why I don't F with people. I don't mess with everybody. And that's why, because you're not gonna disrespect me. Period. So we're not gonna hold no conversations. You're not gonna hear me talking about you. You're not gonna see me watching you. You're not gonna see me concerning myself. Now, certain celebrities that I just like, or I like their outfit, I might run it because I think they look nice. And I don't have a problem with certain people. But some of that stuff, I'm not messing with that. Because that was stupid to me. So you're promoting the division among Black folk by honoring somebody like that. And I don't owe Kevin Samuels nothing when he would sit here and try to put my life in danger to turn $1. And that was what he was doing. So you can't tell me, because if he wasn't doing that, he would not have been talking the way that he was. And he even admitted to that in one of those videos that somebody called himself running, where he said, well, if I just start talking crazy, I'll blow up. And so that means that he was very much aware of what he was doing, because he used to sell colognes. When he came to YouTube, he was he was in that beauty sector. He was talking about colognes. So he said, and then he started trying to give relationship advice sitting in his car or whatever. And somebody was running that video where he said that if I started talking crazy, I would blow up. And so he decided to do just that, which also, but it lets you know that he was very much aware of what he was doing. So people are making a choice to sell out like that. And you want me to respect that. I don't have to. And like I said, when you're out here trying to put young Black women's lives in danger, and Black women's lives in danger, your own daughter's life in danger, because people don't even know what his daughter looked like, right? So you put your own daughter's life in danger. I can't respect that. Sorry. I can't respect that. But let me know. What? Why get at him now? What do you mean? Why get at him? Oh, trust to believe. I got to hit at him while he was alive. Um, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. If you're talking about why am I talking about him? No, everything that I said about him, I said it to him in videos while he was alive. So yeah, and his little minions used to come running in my comments back then. It's not this channel, it's a channel that he put strikes on to take down. But yeah, his little minions came running in my comments and talking crazy, and yeah, all of that. Yeah. Trust and believe. Anything I say, I could say it again. I wouldn't be saying it if I didn't believe it. I don't play them type of games, and I ain't nobody scared of Kevin Samuels, okay, dead or alive. Um, so anyway, anything I say about him, it was already said. However, I feel I said these things, and a whole lot of other people have already said it as well. I'm sure you are aware it was a lot of petitions going around to try to get him off of YouTube because of the stuff that he was saying, the way that he was talking towards children, the way he was talking towards women. So that, let's not pretend like people didn't speak up against Kevin Samuels while he was alive. But what I'm saying is the same sick mindset is clearly in Hollywood. Otherwise, they wouldn't be embracing him like that, because he wasn't a celebrity. They were in the process of trying to make him a celebrity, but he was not. He obviously didn't make it to that point. That's what I'm talking about. And anything I've said, anything I say, I've already said it, and I would have said it to his face. But there was never any reason. Me and Kevin Sevens don't even live in the same city. There was no reason for us to be face to face. Okay, but anything I say, I can say it again. Trust me, trust me when I tell you, because I wouldn't be saying it if it wasn't true, and I wouldn't be saying it if I didn't mean it. He was definitely trying to get Black women harmed, and he did not care if they were getting harmed. and children as well, apparently, because he seemed to have a lot of sick stuff to say about people. Women shouldn't believe their children when they're telling them that they're being harmed by some man in the house. And I'm not trying to trigger anybody with this conversation. I'm just saying these are the type of things that he was saying, whether he was saying them on his platform or going to somebody else's platform, because that's confusing as well for some people, is what a lot of us have gathered, because he was going to other people's platforms and saying certain things, and people who were just following his channel may not have known some of the stuff that he was putting out here. And so that's a part of it as well. People were not doing their research on Kevin Samuels. They just thought it was funny that he was cooning like that. Okay. And it's not funny when you really think about it. So that's it, and that's all. So I got at him while he was alive, whatever your name is. So you can go on back to the manosphere with all of that, because anything I say, I can say it again. Because I did not respect him, and I still don't. And I don't care who is out here saying his name. I'm just saying, what kind of sense does BT make doing that when he was clearly somebody who stood for division among Black folk? And if you're trying to say you're outlet for Black people in general, you shouldn't subscribe to stuff like that. Like you, and if you're not, and if you're doing that for somebody like that, are you going to do that for the other Black people that are on YouTube that have the numbers as well? And why are you not doing that? Why y'all not giving Tasha K a show? I know Tasha K said that she don't. She said she want her own thing and she wants to be in charge of her own thing. So I get it, because she's already said that. She said that before, that she wants to stay in charge of her own stuff. She's not trying to go be bothered with no foolishness. But I'm just saying, why don't we see you guys offering Lovely T situations? Why don't we see you guys offering Zoe situations, and Black people that are not on here disrespecting themselves and disrespecting their people? Why y'all not offering them all these opportunities? Why you offer somebody that was out here trying to put Black children's lives in danger, or didn't care if they were abused? And so, no, I don't respect that, and I don't respect anybody promoting that type of trash. But then I don't watch B. I don't have to cancel nobody, because I don't want. I don't, like I said before, I don't have to cancel nobody, because I don't mess with these people. And most of that stuff, I don't mess with it. I still listen to the music I've been listening to for years. And if I see somebody that, like, I like the Young Lady Tims, I like some of the Afrobeat stuff that's out here, I go and find what I want to listen to and who I want to deal with. Nobody's going to trick me into nothing, and nobody's going to talk me into telling or lead me into nothing. I'm not a follower. So just because it's on BET don't mean that I care, because I don't. So I'm just putting the story out there that, from what I'm hearing, they did that. They call himself honoring him, but he wasn't even a celebrity. And, do you guys think that he's going to do that for other YouTubers? Do you think that BT is going to try to highlight any other YouTubers that's Black that have all these numbers? Because they're trying to act like that's what it is, right? I'm sure that's what they're going to say. Who do you think they're going to do that? And why not? That's the conversation. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. I just wanted to touch on those stories that were out here that came up. Now, I don't know how far the P-Rock thing is going to go. I feel like Puffy's probably just going to ignore it. But yeah, I agree with him. Like, but these people don't have no creativity. They don't know how to do nothing for themselves, and everything that somebody else is doing, they want to do it. And simply because they are the one getting the attention, they feel like they have a right to do that. But it is disrespectful, because everybody as hip hop know that Pete Rock is Chocolate Boy Wonder. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. I'll probably come back and talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta a little later. I want to watch Candy's speak on it, and then I'll come back later on. I'll see you guys in the next video.